Hi, my name is Huang. I'm a student at 42 Abu Dhabi. Welcome to a new episode of Coding for a Cause. Today, my guest is Mehrin. So, Mehrin, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi, my name is Mehrin Firdausi. I'm a student here at 42 Abu Dhabi. I actually graduated with a degree in computer science as well last year from the University of Wollongong in Dubai. And I also finished my final 42 project about a month ago. So both of that is officially done now. And exactly. And I joined 42 during my second year of university. And I've been doing both ever since. Mm-hmm. And it's been quite the journey.
Oh, great. So you mentioned that you joined 42 at the same time that you were in university. So could you elaborate why you decided to join 42?
So me discovering 42 was just a matter of chance. I saw it in the news. I saw it in the newspaper. There were no students yet, actually, at that time.
Oh, wow.
I joined when the school just opened.
So you were the first cohort then?
Right, exactly. So I just heard about it, and the entry for it was just a 1-month program, and I was on vacation from university at the time, so the place was close enough, to do. And it's in the same field as mine, so I figured it would be a good experience. Cool. I really didn't expect much from it, to be very honest, but because obviously there weren't any students, there was no benchmark to compare to, so I wasn't expecting much, but it was pretty surprising.
Great.
It was a really nurturing experience. Met so many new people, and I really liked the community aspect of it.
Yeah, I think the students here are really quite supportive of each other.
Right.
So could you tell us a little bit more about your final project at the university?
Right. So the project I worked on for my capstone in university was a sign language translator application.
Okay.
So it's a mobile application that would allow a user to capture hand signs that they perform on using the phone's camera.
Yeah.
It would detect these gestures into words, and then it would connect these words into sentences. So it would convert sign language to spoken language.
Right.
So the purpose of this was to bridge the communication gap that obviously exists between a person of determination who uses sign language and someone who doesn't understand it.
Oh,
and so it can be used by anyone who either wants to understand someone else using sign language or someone who uses sign language and wants to communicate with everyone else.
Okay, nice.
So it's the purpose is to remove any barrier that might be holding someone back currently from joining the workplace. I don't know, traveling and asking for directions.
Yeah. I mean, I guess since most people don't really know sign language anyway, right? It's not a very common language if you're not deaf.
Exactly. Yeah. So at the same time, it's just like any other language. It has its own syntax and everything. It's just that it's conveyed visually instead of verbally or by audio. And if there's potential for this, because it's just a matter of allowing for visual input as well as audio input for any tool, any software that uses audio input.
Right. So
the same way a lot of messenger apps right now, they don't just let you send voice notes, but they also let you send videos. And similar to that, if we could have video conferencing applications where we could plug our software in and it would convert any sign language that someone who's on video is performing. We already have captioning features for spoken language, for example, on Google Meet and things like that. If we could supplement that by captioning signs as well, that would be a lot more inclusive.
That's amazing. So, like, what made you think of this idea to begin with?
So it started off as a simple capstone project, really. Like, couple of things. There were people in our circle who use sign language. Growing up, like not currently, but growing up, there were people who, we would see who use sign language, and there's always been a barrier communicating with them, whether it's like in sports, sports fields and everything.
Right.
So kids would try to learn the language, which is obviously great, but it's not always practical if this person wants to join the workplace at some point and things like that. So it really felt like a problem worth solving when we looked at it that way. And not just that, but as a computer science student, for me, this is something that combined multiple domains of AI, which
it's really interesting.
Right.
The new technologies that you can try to use to implement
exactly
this project.
So it uses computer vision, natural language processing, and a lot of cloud computing, like MLOps stuff.
Right.
That was like a very comprehensive project overall. So it really seemed like the best project to work on at the time. So.
Wow, that's really cool. So can you tell me how 42 helped you with this project?
Right. So when I joined 42, like I said, I was in my second year of university, and then I joined the courses a year later, actually. So I did it with my fourth year of university, third and fourth.
Yeah.
And honestly, when I was working on the project, there was something about the peer community here. So even though not a single student here has anything to do with my project, I could still approach people here. And if there is anything I was struggling with, I remember a problem I had with sockets and the real-time streaming of frames. No one works on that here, but at the same time, I could still get like valuable insight from people here just because of how used or how accustomed 42 students are with approaching a problem that we've never solved before.
Just like they just want to find out, right?
Exactly.
Like there are some people who are interested enough who would just like do the research and figure it out.
Exactly. Like from the start, we're thrown into stuff that we have no clue what we're doing in. And we get used to dealing with problems like that. So I can say I really benefited from that here because the peers here really have that skill.
Yeah.
And that's something that was really helpful for me when I was working on this project. So.
Okay. Thank you, Mehrin, for telling us about your project and for being here. And thank you for watching us. Stay tuned for the next episode.